What's up, guys? Spam Nexus Army in the chat. We hit 4K. I'm just gonna keep saying this, and let's let's go. Nexus 5K. Then we just go up from there. Let's go, guys. And this one will be a fanfic. So yeah, I put a poll in the community tab, and I will not be doing fanfics like tons of fanfics now, but hey, you guys are going to get more emotion since I don't have to spend all night writing a writing a doc about it, about my story. But I got I got fanfic now, and so for maybe 2 or 3 videos a week, I'll do a fanfic. And with that out the way, guys, also tell me how you also like the thumbnail in the little chat. And so, hit my intro. Okay, guys, so before we start out, shout out to Rise to Power by Dragon 6. Sorry for that. Ding! But, yeah. Shout out to him, and I'm not going to put it in the description below because I don't feel like it. And, let's get into it. This is the prelude to, yeah. He walked through the rain toward an unknown destination. His blonde hair fell across his eyes, soaked with rain. His orange jumpsuit felt heavy from the rain, and his movement was sluggish. Even though his eyes were hidden, you could see the sadness in his expression. Yeah, you could. He had lost everything that was dear to him. First, it was his brother. Flashback. The retrieval team that went to after that traitor, Uchiha Sasuke, returned successful. Though 4 out of the 6 were critically injured, they were healing amazingly well thanks to the Goddamn Tsunade. A member of that team now stood in front of the door that his comrade was held. It was easy to get past the guards being such perverts. He entered the room to see Sasuke. He was bound to the hospital bed. He turned to see who was visiting him and glared. He glared at that person who stopped him from attaining his power. He needed to avenge his clan. That person was Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto sighed at the glare and looked at him. Are you alright? Naruto asked. What do you think, Naruto? Well, I did say that I was going to break your arms and your legs, he joked. Sasuke struggled to get free from his bonds as he jerked forward. You think that's funny, dope? Look what you did to me! Sasuke roared. I told you I was not going to let you go to Orochimaru. I'm trying to protect you from him and yourself. Do you really think that he would give you power to kill your brother without a price? Think about it, team. I'll kill you, Sasuke sneered. What? I'll kill you if I ever see you again. I'll kill you. And Naruto said, dang it, Sasuke, I'm trying to help you, Naruto shouted. I don't need your help. I don't need Konoha. I don't need anything. The thing I need is the power to kill my brother. That is all I care about and nothing else. You dare to lecture me? I'm an Avenger, and you will always be a dobe. Now get out my sight, Sasuke yelled. He and Naruto sighed and turned to leave. Present. He then lost his first love. Naruto waited at the Team 7's meeting spot. He had gotten a letter from Sakura to meet him there. He did wait a long time as Sakura came into view. Thinking that she was going to thank him for bringing Sasuke back, he put his usual grin and wanted to meet her. Hey, Sakura was as far as he got before he slapped by her as his head rolled back as he had a shocked look on his face. How could you do that to Sasuke-kun? She yelled. I asked you to bring him back and you almost killed him. It's a miracle that he could still be a ninja after what you did to him. I thought you were his friend. I hate you, Naruto Uzumaki. You're nothing but a monster. She turned and left. If she had stayed, she would have heard his heart breaking. Next, the village turned against him. Naruto hit the ground and slumped over. The ground adults looked at him with satisfied smirks. That's for the Uchiha, you little demon, one said as they left him on the ground. He could have fought back, but he was a trained ninja after all, and they were nothing but villagers. He was to protect them as he showed little restraint. Lately, these beatings have gotten worse. They also ransacked his apartment, and he was feeling lonelier than ever as he hit a hand on his shoulder and flinched when the hit never came. He opened to see his sensei, Gamato-sani, Jiraiya. He also noticed Konohamaru, Moji, and Udon with him. They had tears in their eyes, and Jiraiya gave him a sigh. He carefully picked him up and took him to see Tsunade. Lastly, he lost his dream. Naruto sat before council members. He knew that this was sooner or later. Word got around about the red chakra that he used against Sasuke, and the council were not happy about it. At his side, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Iruka. He was unhappy Kakashi Sensei was not there, but it didn't come as a surprise. That man really didn't care about him, he thought. Then there were his so-called friends. With the exception of Neji and, Hinata, everyone avoided him like the plague. He sighed and turned on towards the losing battle that was going on. How dare you do this to him? After all he's done, this is how you treat the Yondane's sacrifice? Tsunade yelled. He is unstable. You saw what he did to Sasuke. He cannot control the fox, said Hamaru. It was necessary. Sasuke tried to attempt to kill him when he used the Orochimaru's Junjutsu. Are you really going to ignore that? Iruka accused. You're stepping out of line, Yumi no Iruka. This is the best for Konoha, Kaoru. You're just covering up for him with your hate for Naruto, accused Jiraiya. Are you saying that we were being unfair, Jiraiya, said Danzo. The minute that Naruto met this council, he knew this man was evil, Naruto thought. He felt that he only lived for pain. He only in the suffering of people, he thought. Danzo realized he was being watched by Naruto and glared at him. Naruto glared right back. He didn't take stuff for the other two elders, and it wasn't different for this guy. I would advise you to watch who you glare at, boy, Danzo spat. I care who you are, Naruto said. Naruto, said Iruka. His anger's wild. Because of that, he can't control the Kyuubi's powers. He is a danger to everyone, he said. Tsunade was about to return until she was cut off. I'm sorry, Tsunade, but our decision is final. She faced Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto, you are hereby stripped of your rank and banished from Konohagakure no Sado. The council has been spoken. Present. So now Naruto soaked. Walking towards the destination, he just took off in a random direction, not caring where he was going. His first choice was go to Suna, but that would probably cause problems for Gaara and Tsunade. He looked as he saw the entrance of a bridge. That bridge looked familiar to him. He looked at the sign he saw. That gave him a shock. The Great Naruto Bridge was the title. Naruto had many questions running through his mind until a voice cut his train of thought. Naruto Nai-chan? Naruto turned to see an Inari with his mother Tsunami. They walked up close to get a better look. Is it you, Naruto? How have you been? My God, you're soaked to the bone. What are you doing? She was cut up as Naruto ran at her and hugged her with tears running down his eyes. She was very confused and returned the hug, but Inari wondered what was wrong with his hero. Tsusami, Tazuna, and Inari looked at the sleeping form that was Naruto. Tsunami had changed his wet clothes and placed them in a spare room. He had cried himself to sleep after she and Inari found him. I wonder what could have happened. He looks so broken and sad, Tsunami said. I don't know, but we're going to have to wait till he wakes up. And I saw that he doesn't have his headband, Tazuna said. I don't like this. It looks like he's having nightmares, Inari said. They watched as his eyes seemed to be moving around behind his eyelids. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see. Let's let him rest. We will get our answer when he awakens, Tazuna said, as he let them out, but for looking at his country's hero. What happened to the grinning-go-lucky blonde? He sighed as he walked out the room, leaving Naruto to his nightmares. Naruto's eyes open to see a ceiling. He turns towards the window as he hears birds singing. They're singing. A little to ease his pain he was feeling. He returning to look at the ceiling. He just stared at it with a dead expression on his face. His dream was crushed, and his heart was broken. He had been betrayed by those he considered his family and friends. Those on the council has gotten their wish. His former home was probably still celebrating his banishment. Now he was alone and truly abandoned. He sighed as he slowly sat up. He wiped his eyes before looking off into space. He knew that Tazuna and his family would want an explanation. He slowly stood and made his way downstairs to where he smelt breakfast. Naruto sat with Tazuna and his family. Tsunami and Inari were shocked while Tazuna had a disgusted look on his face. Naruto had just finished explaining what happened to him. So they banished you because you were doing your duty? It seems Konoha isn't as benevolent as they portray themselves to be, Tazuna spat. What I don't understand is why they banished you. It could be because of Sasuke's condition, Tsunami said. Naruto decided that he shouldn't keep his secret any longer. They deserve to know. 13 years ago on the day of my birth, the Kyuubi no Yoko attacked my village. The Yondim Hawkins could not kill the beast, so we sold him to a newborn baby. That baby was me. Because of my status, I was mistreated and left alone. During the retrieval mission, I used the Kyuubi's chakra to capture Sasuke. They saw this as a problem and banished me. Naruto explained. But you had no choice. Sasuke was using that June thing, and you had no match for it, Inari explained. It didn't matter to them. I was a liability, and this was their ticket to get rid of me, Naruto explained. And Inari said, dang it, that isn't right, Inari shouted. The two adults agreed with them as Tazuna looked at Naruto. So, what's your next move, kid? Tazuna asked. Naruto couldn't really answer him. As Tazuna made his way over to place his hand on his shoulder. What happened to you, kid? Well, I know it sucks, but this isn't the time to be depressed. You have to pick yourself up and move forward. Konoha may have abandoned you, but you are still cared for. Naruto looked up and faced him as they all smiled at him. Naruto began to tear up, while his mouth began to turn into a smile. Tazuna saw this and knew Naruto would be all fine soon enough. Naruto sat on the edge of a cliff. After a good cry and a little rest, he stepped up to get some air from his position. He could see the village. He could see that place looked more lively. He could see the many vendors and shops. It also seemed like the shipping has gotten better too. He was happy that things turned out well for Nami no Kuni. He turned to see his attention to the setting sun. It reminded him of the sunsets of Konoha. As he looked at the sun, he began to plan what to do next. Without Konoha backing him and made it easy pickings for the Akatsuki. He knew that Tsunade, Obasan, and Erosen would attempt to keep it quiet after him, but it wouldn't last. Once word got out, there'll be a media after him. That's why he needed to stay off the grid. And he also needed to get stronger. He would train his butt off to make sure that they wouldn't get him. That meant he had to leave Nami no Kuni. Well, it was nice that Tazuna and his family cared for him. He was putting them and Nami in danger. He had to go stay on the move. The one question was, where would he go? So Nagakure no Sado? That's way across the land. Wouldn't it be closer to go to Karagakure no Sato or Yugakure no Sato? Be better since they're close. Naruto said Karagakure is still in the middle of a war. I don't know if Kyurger still exists after Dado was dealt with. Albuquerque and Kumager are definitely out because of their relations towards Konoha. Despite that the fact that I'm exiled, they won't help me become stronger. Takagakure would be a good choice, but Sunagakure will be better. Naruto explained. What are you planning to do in Suna? Tsunami asked. Train and train harder. They won't be like Konoha and take it easy on me. The truth is, I have some bad guys out there who are after me for the Kyuubi. I have to be ready to face them. Tazuna and Tsunami looked at each other as they looked back at Naruto. If this is the best, if this is for the best, then we will support you. Tsunami said with a smile. I know a guy down the port. He ships supplies to Kaze no Kuni. I'll see if I could get you on board. Tazuna says, "Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it," Naruto said thankfully. 2 days later, Naruto made his way towards Suna. He he had enough supplies for the travel as he was about a day from Sunagakure. The guy that Tazuna hooked him up with was a crab fishman. To get a package, Naruto or passage, Naruto would have to work on his ship. Naruto agreed, and with this cage Bunshin Jutsu or shadow clones, the guy didn't really have to hire anyone else. The guy was so appreciative that he actually paid him. After landing in the port, he thanked the captain as he brought some supplies and made his way into the desert. The guy he asked told him that it'll be a 2.5 day travel. Either way, he'll be in Suna by the morning after tomorrow. As he wondered, how was Gaara doing? After landing in the port village, he thanked the captain, brought some. Oh yeah, I already said that. As he neared the sand dune, he heard some voices. Curious, he carefully made his way over. His cloak mixing with the sand and dune. And as he looked over the dune, he saw Gaara. He saw his brother and sister was with him, as well as two other shinobi he recognized. The two shinobi were the examiners of the Chunin exams. As he listened carefully what was going on. I understand that you're upset with us right now, but please be reasonable. If we go back around, we'd be wasting half a day to our destination. Please allow us to your borders, Kotetsu asked. You should count yourselves lucky that we haven't banned you already from entering Kaze no Kuni for a year. Surely the great Konohagakure could last a year without our help. Kankuro asked sarcastically. One of the Konoha shinobi was seething. You sand rats! Consider yourselves lucky we didn't retaliate to after your betrayal. Whatever. You guys are just bitter that I may have punished you for your stupid actions. I mean, you lost trading rights with Nami no Kuni, and lost trading rights with Yuki Haru no Kuni. Boy, he must be mad, Tamari mocked. The Konoha shinobi growled and reaches for his holster, but he was quickly grabbed by it, wrapped in sand. Everyone looked to see Gaara's hand outstretched. He was slowly closing his hand. That made the guy cow. Please, please, you will go back and around the borders as we dictated. Gaara said. He released. This will be your only warning. Kotetsu and Azuma looked at each other and sighed. All right, we will abide by the decree of your council. If it makes any indifference, my friend, and eyes were not those who agreed with the situation. Gaara didn't say anything to either of them. Making them sigh, they moved to help the shinobi up and made their way back towards the border. Gaara, Gaara watched as they were out of their view, and he looked towards the sand dune. Uzumaki, you are free to come out, Gaara said. Everyone was was confused when they turned to see Naruto stand up and remove his head. Hey, Gaara, long time no see. So what have you been up to? He said. Night fell over the desert. Naruto, Gaara, and the others were eating dinner. Their relief came at and when they made their way back to Suna. As they ate, Kankuro was telling Naruto what happened with the Konoha shinobi. So because of my banishment, your council has banished any Konoha shinobi from entering Suna's borders. Naruto asked. You could thank Gar for that. He told the council the reason he's so calm because of you. This is why they're thanking you, Kankuro said. Tamari bopped him on the head for wording it like that. Naruto looked at Gaara. Thanks, Gaara, but I wish you haven't done that. Tsunade, Oba-san wants one for you who tried to help me. This band will give her some unwanted headache, Naruto said. Gar said nothing but kept looking at him. The one called Lee told me to continue your youthful ways. He apologized for not seeing you off or having your back as he was not aware of what was happening. He he also says that he will strive to be just as strong as you. And and will show the real will of fire, Gar said. So they released my status, huh? Naruto said softly. Oh yeah, the chubby guy wanted to let you know the same thing. He said he's sorry that he didn't back you up, Kankuro said. The crybaby said the same thing. First he said that it was Midosuke, but then I decked him. He stopped us he stopped to tell us the same thing, Tamari added. That brought a smile on his face. At least he wasn't forgotten from the people who were scared. So anything else that I should know about? Man, weren't you listening to the discussion we were having with their former comrades? All we heard was the Daimyo was mad. Mad? Don't even tell tell the story. We were there when it happened. He just stormed into the room and demanded why Nami no Kumi and Yuki Haru no Kuni the and the trade with Hai no Kuni. He already knew why, as the mayor from each land told him. They as they tried to explain why they banished you, which only enraged him further. He cut Konoha's funding by 30% and took half their missions away, disturbing them to us. Taki and Kusa, you should have seen the smiles on our council, Tamar explained with a laugh. Dang, Oba-san must be feeling her age, Naruto chuckled. Well, she did get some payback. The man was so angry how they treated their shinobi that he had Sasuke taken out of his holding cell and transported to a private prison away from Konoha. That's where he'll spend out his 2-year sentence. Tsunade couldn't stop smiling, Tamari added. Well, that's good. Why is that? Maybe I'm being naive, but maybe he will change his ways. I doubt that, but what brings you to the desert, Kankuro asked. Naruto suddenly got serious. This concerns you as well, Gaara. There are some individuals after me, called the Akatsuki. They're after people like you and me. What's that about? Who's after Gaara? One of the Suna Shinobi asked. All I know is they're called the Akatsuki. I really don't know how many members there are, but I also know that there are after Biju. I only know of 2 members. One is Uchiha Itachi and um, his partner, Hoshigaki Kisen. The character no Kajin. He is an S rank missing nin, like Uchiha Itachi. The other shinobi said. That can only be mean that this Akatsuki group is made out of S-rank Shinobi, Tamara reasoned. This is not good, Kankuro said. Last time I faced him out, I was scared stiff. I refuse to be like that next time we meet. I was hoping to stay a year and train. I know that you guys won't hold back on me. What do you need to work on? The truth? I want to relearn everything. That shouldn't take long. A new fighting style and a few jutsus won't hurt, Naruto stated. I will speak with Baki when we return. I will also join you in this training. This Akatsuki seems to be serious, Gaara said, and Naruto grinned as he continued to eat. Naruto stood next to Gaara, Tamari, and Kankuro. The trio brought him to for the Sand Council. They told him that he would have their permission for training. As they stood at the ready as the council finished their last decision. When it was over, Gaara turned to his siblings. So, Gaara, you have a request? Who is the boy with you and your siblings? This is Uzumaki Naruto. He has come to seek training, Gaara answered as they all looked at Naruto. Yes, I remember you now. You're the one who defeated Gaara during the invasion, Baki said. This is the one who defeated Gaara, a councilman asked surprised. He looked over at him, making Naruto nervous. He doesn't seem like much. Naruto nervous seems annoyance. He was about to say something, but Kankuro stopped him. Exactly why we should train him. If I'm not mistaken, isn't he the one Konoha banished 2 weeks ago? A councilwoman asked. He has brought with him information that you should hear, Tamari said. She ushered Naruto forward, pushing him a little. As Naruto stepped forward, okay, there's a group of shinobi after people like myself and Gaara. And when you say like Gaara and yourself, that means you. Naruto nodded, cutting the councilman off. 14 years ago, I was used to seal the Kyuubi no Yoko. I was not created to be a weapon. I was seen to be a hero of my village. And anyway, when on the mission to retrieve the Guardian Hawkage, I was approached by two shinobi. They came for the Kyuubi that was sealed within me. If it was not for my sensei, Jiraiya, I would probably be dead, Naruto said. His report disturbed the council, and after muttering as they turned back to him, Do you know the group of this shinobi? Who are their members? How many members? He demanded. The name is the Akatsuki. They can be identified by their black robes and that they have red clouds. I don't know much of their other members there, but those are the two who came after me. No, Naruto responded. I also know that Orochimaru used to be a member, Naruto stated. All three S-rank missing then one councilman woman asked. This is very disturbing news, the head speaker called out. I will strengthen our defenses right away. Baki said he nodded, turns attention back to Naruto. Thank you for that information, Uzumaki Naruto. I must ask you, however, why do you wish training? If I heard one of your sensei was Jiraiya, the one that decided to no sounding. Wait a minute, I thought your sensei was Hate Kakashi, and Naruto Hate Kakashi. What was anything but sensei? The Kamisani taught me more than 2 months than he did in 6 months. Naruto said seriously. Everyone knows this time that I noticed when you mentioned Kakashi's name. You have not told us why you need training. The honest truth. Naruto says this. My training is not where it should be. My victories against Gaara, Kabuto, and even Sasuke was by like. If I'm going to face a group like the Akatsuki, I must be stronger than I am now. And the council murmured positively, agreeing with his words. Very well then, we will allow you to train under one of our elite. We will give you eight months worth of your training. After that, you will have to move on. The head speaker ordered. 8 months is plenty of time. Just watch. I'll be kicking butts and taking names and 4. Naruto boasted, and the council led them with a bit of disgust. Tamari and Kako just smirked and snickered at his behavior, while Gaara had no expression at all. And that's it for this one, guys. In the next part, depending on how the video does give me the 50 likes, and it'll be there. And so, yeah, I hope you like it. And you dig? Yes, sir.
第一戦開始。捕まえたよ。甘いよ。遅いね。勝負あり。第2戦開始。そうだ。こいつだ。そうだ。そうだ。そうだ。捕まえたよ。禁じて仕込んだ。捕まえたよ。これからだ。そうだ。チャキラン。チャキラン。チャキラン。勝負あり。第一戦開始。今ね。残念でした。残念でした。
無駄無駄。そうだそうだ。
今ね残念でした。聞くわ。
第2戦開始。残念でした。
捕まえたよ。そうだ。これからだ。
今ね。
着弾。
今ね。
着弾。着弾。
勝負あり。
こんな。
第1戦開始。
そうだ。いけ。そこだ。そこだ。物は使いよ。そうだ。そうだ。一旦用水だ。そこだ。そうだ。そうだ。
第2戦開始。
いけ。そこだ。あ、よっと甘いね。一旦用水だ。いけ。遅いね。覚悟してくださいね。そうだ。チャクラメス。そうだ。チャクラメス。一旦用水だ。そこだ。一旦用水だ。一旦用水だ。 甘いそこだ一旦用水だ捕まえたよやっそこだまあいい甘いよ用水だいけ遅い信じて仕込むのだ
終わらせてやろう。天外神聖勝負あり。第一戦開始。
そうだ捕まえたよやっ捕まえたよ
ここだ。こいつを使うか。そこか
そうだ
こっちだ。
そうだ
勝負あり。第二戦開始。こっちだ。雨の千鳥
遅いね
こっちだ。
無駄信じて仕込むのだ
終わらせてやろう。天外神聖こっちだ。
そうだ
無駄だ。こっちだ。
そうだ
ここだ。
そこか
ここだ。第一戦開始。
そうだ捕まえたよそうだ行くぞそうだ捕まえたよやっ チャクラメス
あり第2戦開始。
行くぞクラマ。行くぞオスト。行くぞこれからだ。チャクランチャクランチャクラン行くぞオスト。
あり最終戦開始。
捕まえたよ。禁じて思考遅い。禁じて思考の術
終わらせてやろう。天外神聖